Hey, MJ traders and investors. It is Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a cannabis sector review. Today is Friday, February 5th. I hope everyone had a great day and hope you have a great weekend. I'm looking forward to it and having some time off. So in today's video, we're going to discuss Canadian marijuana retailer High Tide buys US online head shop for $8 million. And we're going to look at the chart for High Tide. We'll look at the overall Canadian and US cannabis sectors. And we'll look at some other overall news and events on the day. So before we jump into today's content, make sure to hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy this market perspective. So you can check out this Calgary, Alberta-based marijuana retailer High Tide is spending $8 million to acquire Smoke Cartel, a US e-commerce website that sells cannabis accessories and CBD products. So the stock was up big today. You can check out that article in its entirety on your own time. We also saw that Virginia lawmakers passed landmark recreational marijuana legalization bills, and it took a major step toward becoming the 16th state in the nation to legalize a recreational marijuana market, in the first in the South after the House of Delegates and Senate passed different legalization bills on Friday. So you can check that out. If you want to learn more, Ianthus receives $11 million loan to go ahead to finish New Jersey cannabis facility. And legal recreational sales in Canada for cannabis outstrip illicit spending for the first time. So the legal market has crossed bullish through the illegal market estimated, and the medical market is way down, obviously, but that is great news. It's a very, very big step in a very big challenge. A lot of people think that there's so many LPs and MSOs that they're competing against each other, but when in reality, their biggest competitor is the black market. So nice to see that trending in the right direction. So High Tide Inc. here on the weekly chart, you can see we had a very, very bullish candle, and we did not break the low of the previous week. We had a double bottom essentially at 44 cents. So we have earnings coming up as well. So just be aware of that will be on March 8th. So there could be some volatility leading up into that, but we haven't consolidated on the weekly since all the way. We have a mini higher low back here at 20 cents. So we haven't consolidated on the weekly. And if we were to drop, we're in a weekly uptrend. If we were to drop and form a weekly higher low, we could fall about 46% and still be in a weekly uptrend. So just remain protective. The things can change in a hurry, but we're in a daily uptrend. You can see here, this is where we double bottomed off this 44. When we had the lower high, we were flirting with a daily downtrend. We held that support, and that was a perfect entry for a double bottom. And if you would have set your stop below 40 cents, you could have risked about 4 cents to make upwards of, let's just see here, 44 cents, roughly about 75%, 80%. So congrats to the bulls on High Tide. Obviously, loving that news today, finished up over 30%. And we have yet to break the low of the previous daily candle as well, but a very, very strong finish to the day and the week, and increasing bull volume. Bulls are in full control. The hourly trend is going to be our guide. We haven't consolidated on the hourly as well since down here at 54 cents. So when we do pull back, just be aware that we could pull back to EMA 12 or 26. So could be a potential 10 or 15% pullback, maybe even more. Just looking for an hourly higher low. So as soon as we break the low of the previous hourly candle, that will signify hourly consolidation. We have an inside bar on watch going into Monday, so we'll see how we open. But we have the EMA 12 there as well. We are overbought on the hourly. So just if you are up big on this name, just if you can use the stop loss, protect those profits, because like I said, things can change in a hurry. And if we see any meaningful consolidation on SPY, daily or weekly consolidation, it's obviously going to have a huge impact on the cannabis sector as well. So looking at the weekly chart, we are well above the 10-week moving average. It is going parabolic here and straight vertical. We almost crossed bearish on the stochastic, but we remained bullish here to the end of the week. And the MACD is just going berserk here as well. On the moving averages, we are weekly overbought. We're getting close to weekly overbought. Actually, we're not quite there yet. but we do have these weekly moving averages crossing potentially. Could take another couple of weeks to play out, but we have the 100-day weekly moving average down at 25 cents and the 50 weekly down at 19 cents. So that is a long ways away. Taking a look at the daily moving averages, closest nearby 50-day moving average is down at 31 cents. So again, very, very long ways away. 44 cents is going to be the most important on the daily, and the MACD is extremely bullish there as well. I want to show you guys the VWAP. The VWAP has just been, hugging this price, and a nice visual guide on this way up. We even had this small weekly pullback here at 20 cents. We bounced right off of the VWAP, and we had the 20 and the 50 weekly moving averages bull crossing, which gave us a nice signal. And we even back tested and formed another weekly higher low right off of that level. So that was a great indication and signal to go long the stock. But volume is absolutely monstrous on this name, and hype is in full force in the cannabis sector, both US and Canadian. So leading the bear list was RIV, Labs, Tilray, and Namaste. We had HIGHTIDE, NSP, VLNS, and PWR leading the bull for the Canadian side. So CGC got a downgrade today. Piper Sandler downgraded it to $27, basically saying nothing fundamentally has changed, and that this is an over-exaggerated rally based on hype from US legalization. So likely they wanted to signal a temporary top and they went short. But again, Canopy coming up with earnings next week on the 9th. So that's going to dictate on Tuesday. So that's going to dictate direction, in my opinion, for at least the Canadian sector. Do we see more daily continuation? Do we see prolonged, daily consolidation? Do we see continuation? That's all going to determine on how the bulls and bears react to the earnings on Canopy. Personally, I'm not expecting a huge beat and potentially some write-downs. And like I said, they've been boycotted in a lot of the stores in Alberta. So that's obviously going to hurt into their sales a little bit. But we need to change the hourly trend. Just taking extended hours off here, you can see here we were in an hourly downtrend, and bulls wanted to get a big of a bounce as possible. They did muster out quite a bit about a big of enough bounce to potentially set lower high, higher low, and higher high. If we can break this resistance here at 43.95 on Monday, that will confirm an hourly trend change, and our daily higher low is likely set at that point. And we'll want to look up to resistance, which is up at 45.40. But if we can change the hourly trend back to an uptrend, then daily higher low is set. So moving on, we had a lot of inside bars on watch as well. ACB started daily consolidation, or continued its daily consolidation, but didn't really see much follow through. APHA inside bar on watch, Cron inside bar, Hexo inside bar. So a lot of inside bars. Whichever way that breaks is going to dictate momentum. And I'm leaning to the bear side. We could see some potential profit taking into Canopy earnings on Tuesday, given how hard we've run. A lot of de-risking more than likely. So inside bar on SNDL and on Tilray, I believe as well. Tilray had a little bit of a bull break. Actually, no, we failed it by 5 cents. So inside bar on watch. That is pretty much the story for the Canadian sector. So MSOS, I highlighted the probability of a potential weekly bull flag. And once we broke the old previous all-time high at 47.55, that confirmed the weekly bull flag. We closed at an all-time weekly high, and we hit all-time highs this week. So congrats to the bulls. Weekly higher low is now established down here at 40.33. And taking a look at the daily time frame. So the daily time frame, we were in a daily downtrend, but we cooled off the RSI, and bulls found support here at the $40.33 level. We also had a little mini higher low at 40.62, and ultimately found a basis support off EMA 26. And bulls were pleased with this bounce because it's given them tons of room. We're no longer in a downtrend. So now we have tons of room on Monday or the beginning of next week. If we lose the low of the previous daily candle, which we have yet to do in about 7 days, if we lose the low of today on Monday, that will signal daily consolidation, and then we'll look for a higher low. and potentially into a higher high, change that daily trend. And we can be confident that the weekly higher low is absolutely set at that point. So right now, we did confirm the weekly bull flag, and the probability of that weekly higher low has gone up dramatically, but we need to change the daily trend. But bull's got a ton of room, but just be aware that we could drop from these levels. We could drop, I want to say, about 15%. Sorry, guys, my left hand is not the best. So we could drop essentially 20%, just under 20%, and still be looking for a daily higher low. So if we see on Monday, if we see a pullback, we could just a mini pullback could be a daily bull flag, or we could see a potential equilibrium where we see a tightening range with a lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and then a bull break or a bear break. We'll have to wait and see, but low of the previous daily candle is going to be key. So if we lose the low of today on Monday, daily consolidation underway, hourly uptrend, and the EMA 12 here on the hourly is going to be a nice visual guide. So that's pretty much where we stand. MedMen up another 54% today. Just insane, the move that it's on right now. CNBC was pumping it. They have earnings coming up on February 16th. MJNA up over 25%. TAT up over 8% on the bull list. On the bear list, we had CXXI, Acreage, Cresco, and Ian. Ian down likely on the news of raising that $11 million. So we'll just take a quick peek at Curaleaf. So Curaleaf was down 0.3% today. Hourly consolidation underway, looking to form a base of support off EMA 12. So hourly uptrends are going to be key on pretty much all of these names. And the low of today on Monday is going to be a key support level as well. So bulls all very pleased with these bounces, giving them tons of room for daily higher lows and trend change attempts. So congrats to the bulls. Make sure you have yourself a great weekend, and we shall see you Monday for a daily market recap and another MJ Sector review. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Make sure to smash the like and hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Take care, everyone.